Aloha from Hawaii. Ali from Palau. Ula from Fiji. Hafa Guam, Mariana Islands. Yakwe from the Marshall Islands. Yorana from Tahiti. Kiora from New Zealand. Kia Yorana from Cook Islands. Malo Lele from the Kingdom of Tonga. And Talofa from the islands of Samoa. Well, it is good to see everybody back here. This is the School Talk Story with Dr. T and the Ukulele Dad program, if you haven't figured it out yet. But we're good to have with us friends. Wayne Manu is our guest today, and we're going to jump right into this part of the program and chat with our good friend Wayne. But Wayne, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Good seeing you, Dr. T. Thank you.
Yep, you said you are in Nevada.
Yep, just working and hanging around, enjoying the sunshine and everything.
That's good. Yeah, we could use some here. We're freezing.
Yeah.
At least for California standards.
Yeah.
But friends, Wayne is the president-elect of our organization, the National Pacific Islander Education Network. And so we're very happy to have him and recognize our organization that sponsors this show. But Wayne is also experienced in the field of education. But why don't you just tell us about what you did in education, maybe how many years you did that and where you worked, just anything you want to share with us right now. So
Okay.
please.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see, I taught high school social studies for almost 20 years in different places. I did a lot of teaching PE and coaching football in a couple different places. And so I've always been around school and kids, and it's always been fun. I've really enjoyed that. But yeah, I taught social studies and all the social sciences and things. And like I said, taught coach football and track and other things. So
That is great. And I remember you said that you taught in Oregon for a while. Is that correct?
yeah, I had an interesting experience. I had a chance to work in the alternative program. So these were kids that had been expelled from school for all kinds of fun things. If it happened in town there, if something happened at school, I usually got the kids or heard about them and things, weapons, other stuff. So they were really, it was fun. I had a lot of fun, great kids, and got to connect with a lot of them. And yeah, it was good times.
Yep, I worked in alternative ed for a long time too. So those are my people. So
Yeah,
good to hear about them.
yeah.
Good. And Wayne, are you still continuing in education or are you doing something else now?
I'm doing something else. I was teaching for a little bit, and then I'm actually selling insurance right now. So I'm doing Medicare and life insurance and all kinds of other fun things. It's not as crazy as working with kids and things, but yeah, I'm doing that. But I still see, a lot of the kids. I took a year off coaching football too, so just yeah, just but still around it, still around the kids, still enjoy visiting and talking to the kids and finding out what they're up to and things. So
Good.
yeah.
So yeah, everybody out there, if you need help with your insurance, here is Wayne. He's ready to support you. Yep, we'd be happy to advertise for you.
Yeah. All right.
Take a few minutes to tell us, Wayne, about what are your thoughts on education and what if a student wanted to become a teacher or a coach or counselor, school administrator? What can they do to prepare? So please take it away.
Yeah, I've worked. I got my degree in Illinois. I taught in Missouri. I taught in Oregon, and I taught here in Utah. And so it's been, they're always looking for coaches and teachers and volunteers. I just encourage the kids to take the time and the effort to get the paperwork there and to teach, to be licensed and to There's a lot of good things. I think there's a lot of good volunteers, and I've coached with a lot of great people that were volunteers. But as far as getting into the school and working and helping, in the classroom and other things, I think we have a lot to offer kids, and a lot of kids really like the Polynesian perspective. I'll give you an example. I usually will take my Samoan videos when I go, and so when we get into a unit about who we are, who they are, I'll just kind of go, well, here's a little bit about me, and where I come from, and where my parents were born and raised, and the kids really like that. They always want to eat. They want to talk about stuff. They just like that, the idea of having somebody different in their classroom. So I wouldn't feel uh, shy or embarrassed about where you come from. I think it's really healthy to have that perspective and go, you know what, I come from here, and this is, and the kids know about Roman Reigns and The Rock and everybody. So it's just nice for them to have somebody that they can go, oh yeah, my teacher was Samoan, or my teacher was Polynesian. I learned about this. I ate this kind of food. I learned about that. I learned how to say words and other things in Samoan. I was at a football camp in Oregon. This is probably about 15, 20 years ago, and I was listening. I was watching a school scrimmage from up in Portland area, and I was listening to the kids, and they were saying like the football coverages, but they were going, "Hey, Tasi, 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 Lua, Lua, Lua," and I was like, "Hey, man, these kids are Samoan and everything."
How
But
fun.
yeah, their coach Samoan guy, and he was, and I was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." But to hear the kids kind of say that and stuff. So yeah, we got a lot to offer, I think, and so I'd encourage people to not be shy, but to get in there and do your due diligence as far as getting, your degree and other things, and then being able to go in the classroom things and be able to talk and work with people.
Beautiful. And everybody out there again, for a long, well, it's interesting. Yesterday I was at a function at not too far from UCLA. It was put on by the UCLA Asian American Studies Department,
Mm-hmm.
and they installed the new. I got to get her title here right.
Uh-huh.
The new chair of the Asian American Studies Department. Her name is Dr. Lisa Uperesa.
Mm-hmm.
So this is indeed the first Pacific Islander to serve in this chairpersonship in the history of the university.
Wow.
But they, for many years, only had two Pacific Islander professors. Now they have five, and
Oh, wow.
they're recruiting more. But again, we thank the Asian American Studies program because they have been very active in recruiting Pacific Islanders to come to their
Mhm.
department. So that was very, very kind of them to do.
Nice.
But,
Yeah, Dr. T, I think one of the things is I mean, I grew up there in beautiful Paramount gated community and things. And so, but I think when I was growing up, there was this stigma, this way of thinking that only certain people went to university, only certain groups of people. And I think sometimes we're our own worst enemy as far as opportunities and other things. As I get older, and I, I'm talking to Polynesians now that are airline pilots and, work in government, state government, city government, and things. And so I think we limit ourselves, and we shouldn't. We should make
yeah,
sure we've got a lot to offer people. People think we're kind of cool. And so I think we should make sure we get out there and just kind of say, hey, I have a lot to offer, and be able to participate and to help out and things.
beautiful. Well, I think the other reason I mentioned this particular event yesterday, and I did make it through the traffic because, as you know, it takes a long time to get to UCLA.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. In fact, I was smart on the way home. It would have taken me 2 hours to get home.
Wow.
So I just checked into to Denny's and waited for an hour. Then I went home. It took me a half hour to get home.
Yeah, I don't miss that. I don't
Yeah,
miss that.
that was only 30 minutes. But the other thing that I met up with last night, Dr. Keith Camacho is one of the professors at UCLA, and
Mhm,
also Dr. Julianne Anesi. So I've known them a long time. But I also saw Dr. Vicente Diaz, who taught at the University of Michigan for a long time. He was recruited to come to UCLA.
mhm.
I said, Dr. Diaz, yeah, I haven't seen him in probably 20 years because they were some of the first keynote speakers at our conferences. So,
Mhm.
yeah, everybody out there, our people have been involved in higher education for a long time. It's just we need more in K-12 education, and we're getting there. It's
Right,
taking a while, but we're getting there.
right.
But tell us about your experience with the Chuk community there in Oregon, because I think you work with them.
Yeah, I worked with quite a few of the kids, and I didn't really know the difference between Marshallese, people from Chuk, from Pompeii, or
Yeah.
So I had some kids that got in a little trouble, and I like the story because when it first was mentioned to me, the kids, one of their cousins was had a problem with another kid, and so of course, it's family, and all the kids went to support him, offer their physical and vocal support of this individual. And so when it happened, people were shocked. I mean, quite a few kids. I think there were close to 50, 60 kids that got arrested that day. And so these kids got expelled from school.
Mm.
And then they wound up coming to my class. My principal, bless her heart, that she kind of saw and thought, you know what, they'd be good in Wayne's class. And so
Yeah.
I got these kids, and I didn't know a lot about them or about their culture, but we learned a lot. They like to draw, they like to do all kinds of things. They weren't real good with, so we had to work with their skills a little bit with their math and their science and things. But they were just really nice kids, and so we spent a year in the classroom where they were in my class, and we played a lot of basketball and worked a lot on their social skills and things. And it was really good. I definitely got the better end of that deal there because I learned a lot from this kids. Went to a lot of dinners and weddings and stuff, so it was really good, nice. But I mean, that's the kind of opportunities you get when and even you think, oh, they're you probably know a lot about, but even just being exposed to it and learning and being open to learning about different cultures and different people. I mean, it was really, a lot of those kids, if I haven't seen for a while. I know one wound up marrying my niece,
Mm.
but they just being around them, and even after I see them after and being able to help be a reference for jobs and other things, and just showing them that there's a different way that we can live, and a better way, which is usually why a lot
Yeah.
of our families came to this country. There's opportunity and other things. We just got to open ourselves up to
Right.
it.
Well, thank you for that. And we'll be talking a little later in this show. We try to pick a different island group every week. So we're going to talk about
Mhm.
Micronesia, and then this week it's the Marianas Islands. So we'll be talking
Okay.
about them. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we learn a lot. And I know our friends from Micronesia and as well as Melanesia really appreciate it when we, again, talk about their islands. And because, there just are a lot more Polynesian. That's the bottom line. But
Yeah.
it's good to, again, share about their islands. They appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah, it's interesting. They lots of stuff there. The joke was, how do you tell the difference between, like here in Utah? How do you tell the difference between a Samoan and a Tongan? And Tongan guy told me this, but he goes, the Tongan guy's better looking usually, and so
Uh,
I started using that for the Micronesians. Say, oh, we're a little bit better looking than they are. They say, oh man, yeah, you guys always, yeah. So it's good, but it's nice to have fun, and we're all related one way or another. But it's nice to have fun and to get to know each other and respect each other's culture and how we do things. So.
yeah, I was with a fellow ukulele musician, Wilma, the other day, and
Mhm.
she's from Taiwan, so I always introduce her as from the island of Taiwan. But I said, well, but did you know that the indigenous people of Taiwan were Polynesian? so,
Mhm.
so Wilma could be our cousin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I have another thing I want to discuss with you. And so,
Yeah.
everybody, you should be able to see this up on the screen.
Mhm.
But Empine has a program called Aloha Leadership.
Mhm.
And the bottom line is it's leading our schools with aloha.
Right.
So, again, that applies to students, educators, as well as the school community members. And these are some of our students that have been participating in the program here.
Mhm.
Um, Maybe you can kind of give your comment about this. We believe that aloha leadership is a great way to help us overcome hate and bullying in the schools. But
Mhm.
kind of tell us about your idea on aloha leadership. We can call it alofa or ofa or whatever word
Yeah.
you want to use. But kind of give us your thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah, I think it's important. I think the leadership part, like I said, is we step out more into and not in a way that kind of, some a lot of times our people are a little more laid back but just being there and being able to help and to assist and volunteer so people see a name and they see a face and they recognize they'll get who you are from that. But I know the Aloha leadership thing has just been a blessing for a lot of places because people kids can come forward and in a real nice way. Unfortunately, they're bullying and other things is happening in our schools, but in a fortunately, our kids can step forward and just say, "Hey, that's not something." And I know people always say, "Oh, that's what the old people always say." Don't say that or don't say that. But I know it's kind of, but it's been something that's, I remember growing up in the '80s, and Paramount High was kind of a rough place, and if you were an athlete or something, then you were okay, or you had the friends, but sometimes people don't have that, and it's always good to put a reach out with a hand of fellowship and just kind of let people know, hey, you know what, this is um, or to make friends with people. We don't always have to have dinner or hang out and stuff, but just so people can connect to people, and say, hey, I because it's just needed. It's in our society today, a lot of kids struggle, somebody's always struggling with something, and so it's a nice gesture when you reach out and just say, hey, you know what, you're okay, I'm okay, we're together, we're helping each other out, offering support where and when you can. And so I think it's a good thing, but I think the aloha leadership is needed. So much going on in schools right now. I think it's just needed that people love and reach out, and it's not just kid to kid too. I read a book that talked about the leadership going up and down, and so helping adults and other things too to reach out to adults, teachers, others, and then support staff. I always tried to, when I worked in the school, to make sure I was getting along with. I knew all the custodians and others because they were the people that kept the place going and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I always try to, but just little things like that. I'm learning, the ladies I just where I was teaching at recently, I would see them and I would always, they were Mexican Spanish speakers, and I just, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo está? And that's my limited Spanish, but they were always, and then sometimes I go, okay, what else do I say now? And they teach me a little bit, I'm muy guapo and stuff, and so I just kind of, yeah, just, and we'd have fun. And so when I'd see them, hey, hola, but it was just nice that you connect with people that way. I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I can say a few things just so that they know, hey, I recognize you, I value you in our community, and thank you for everything that you do. And that goes a long way to, just getting along with people and helping people out.
Good. So I hope that you heard what Wayne had to share with us. It's very, very important. I was thinking about our dear late friend Rachel Scott from Columbine High School. I mean, she
Mm.
was the young lady that was her whole mission. I mean, she would go around and sit with those that were lonely, and she'd try to help them and encourage them. And And her father, Mr. Scott, he now takes time to go around and tell her story to others about Rachel. But that was her whole life. She would go around and help those that needed help. So
Yeah, it's just little things like that, eh, Dr. T? Just kind of little, to say hello, shake hands, dap people up, and just kind of, hey, it's good to see you, and nice seeing you, and everything, and fist bump people or whatever. But just little gestures like that go a long way to helping people feel valued and feel comfortable in our community. So,
well, let me ask you one more question here.
yeah,
I've asked Wayne a lot of questions here, everybody, so he's kind of getting tired.
no, you're good. You're good, Dr. T. You're the man. So, yeah.
But our final question is related to the following. Pacific Islanders are state and national leaders in chronic absenteeism.
Hmm.
And again, the definition of chronic absenteeism is you're missing at least 10% or more of the school days for whatever reason. It could be excused or unexcused, but that's called chronic absenteeism.
Hmm.
But what can we do to support this area of chronic absenteeism? What can we do to again encourage our Pacific Islander and others to come to school? But what can you think about on that?
I think the school's got to do a lot to help out with with that, creating that atmosphere where kids feel, I mean, the adults are tired, the kids are tired, but where kids feel like, well, you know what, I'm here and I'm happy. um, I had a kid just recently, this a kid that I worked with that was Chuki's kid. I just remember, and that guy was always, he'd be absent. So I got his phone number and I just kind of call him or I text him and go, hey man, you're not in my class. What's going on there? But I think having that so the kids feel like, hey, the teachers know me, my teacher's looking for me, my coach is looking for me. They want to make sure I'm there. And then I've always found with the kids that do well in school, they're just very, it's a routine. I go to bed at a certain time, I get up at a certain time. I have this time set aside to do my homework and things, especially if you're an athlete or you have extracurricular activities, that you have time to do homework and to take care of those things, that you set yourself up for success instead of living, staying up late Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm tired and I'm not at my best, and things, that you kind of structure your life so that you'll be successful in what you're doing. I think is really important. Parents can help out too. That there's got to be times to put the phones away. Turn the TV off, so that the kids can get their work done, even if that means eating mac and cheese, maybe no gourmet meals, but the kids have time and they're in a routine where they, okay, this is what you do, and you take the time to do that. I think the kids that struggle are the ones that have a lot of. And this one kid I was talking about, this Chukis kid, he worked. He told me, I said, how come you're, what's going on? He just said, I work all the time. So I'd go through the drive-through sometimes so I could say, hey man, get to class, and he'd start laughing. But it's like, that I think it's important they know that people care about them. So I think there's a lot of things, and that families ought to look at their lives, kids' lives, and go, okay, what can we do to set you up to make it a successful thing for you? What can we do to make sure you got time to study? I mean, our family, we had the table, and so that was a place for people to go do homework and stuff. But having little things like that, the lights, the desk, or whatever, so that you had that time and you knew that, okay, I'm going to come home, get my snack, and then I got to get my homework done. And somebody, I mean, my parents barely spoke English, so they didn't know how to do my math or anything, but at least they were asking and checking. They went to all the parent teacher conferences, they went to, everything. And that was kind of hard sometimes because, they're your parents and their English isn't as good. And you go, oh, mom, don't say anything, don't say, don't talk to, but they were there because they wanted to be there. And all my buddies, people, their parents came too, to make sure they were supportive of what. So we knew automatically that school is important. Church and seminary was important. Our sports were important, even though they didn't know and understand the game or anything. They were there to support
Right.
it. So, place to do homework, and other things, bedtime, lights out, and stuff that kids know that, hey, this is important. We want you to do well in school. That's why my dad would say, that's why we came to this country. That's why we came from Samoa, so you guys can have a better life, and stuff like that.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
Huh? Nope, I appreciate that very much. Before I forget, I actually was at the Paramount School District this week. You might have heard that Angalale Pule Afitu passed away,
Oh,
but she worked in the school district for 25 years.
oh, wow.
And,
Uh-huh.
um, I think there were only three Pacific Islanders in the central office, myself, her, and there was one other. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, we were the only ones. But
It means a lot. That's a lot of, like my mom and my auntie, they worked at Mark Keppel School across
oh,
from Dominguez High School there. And they were the lunch ladies there for forever,
really?
and they were always there, and their Spanish got really good because they talked to the kids, and they were
Good.
just, and my auntie, she lives here in town now, but we were talking just the other day, and she was like, oh, I saw one of the kids. He came up to me and said, "Are you Miss So and So?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, that's you were the lunch lady. It's got at least 30 years ago or something. You were the lunch lady in at Mark Keppel School and things." And made me think about my mom too. My mom's passed away now, but they enjoyed that. They really enjoyed that. So it's nice to see people out doing that stuff. So
Yep, the employees really they were very sad because they really miss Lay. She's been
yeah,
retired for a while now, but they really miss her. So,
yeah,
yep, she made a big difference. A
yeah,
definite Aloha leader.
yeah, yeah.
Well, friends, we again want to thank Wayne for joining us today on this show, and we appreciate it very much. Any parting shots for the people before we let you go?
No, just keep, like I said, it's definitely being Polynesian or being Micronesian, it's something to be proud of. And so, not in any I'm better than you way, but just who you are. And so I'm always encouraged, just be proud of who you are and go for it. If you want to do something that's outside of I call it the poly norm, like you don't play sports, you like to read, or you like opera, or you like singing or something, go for it. I mean, we need more of our people because there's a wide variety of people that represent all those different things there. So yeah, go for it. Don't be afraid, and get people around you, whether they're Polynesian or not, have them around you to help support you in what you're doing. So
Beautiful.
yep.
Well, again, thank you so much, Wayne, for joining with us. And say hello to all your colleagues over there and your family and everybody.
Okay, sounds good.
We will catch up with you at another time.
Yep, sounds good, Dr. T. Good seeing you
All right.
always.
Yep.
Yeah,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Aloha.
Okay. Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, everybody. It's been great to have Wayne with us today on our program. And I've got to go back here to our opening because this is when yes, let me find it here. Yeah, maybe I don't have it. Yeah, we've been discussing the islands of Micronesia and specifically the Mariana Islands. So this is what we talked about last time. This was the island of Guam, everybody. But in the interest of time, and also I want to give full again recognition to the Mariana Islands, we will bring this topic back next week, everybody. So but this is what we discussed last time. And then I also shared with you the flag from the island of Guam. Okay. But next week we will come back and talk about the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, everybody. All right. Well, it is about time for ukulele class, everyone out there. So find your instrument and let us. Last week we did learn our first song for Thanksgiving, and that was Albuquerque is a Turkey. So let's take a look today at the Gobble Gobble song, okay? Yeah, sorry we started a little late, but I had some things to do. And I'm sure none of you ever have anything to do. But yeah, let's take a look at the Gobble Gobble song. So get out your ukulele there. And those of you that are new to our program, we actually taught this song on Tuesday evening. That was our ukulele class at the Ohana Hawaiian Barbecue in the city of Lakewood, California. So this was one of the songs that we taught, was the Gobble Gobble song. So again, everybody, we strum with our right hand, and we use our left hand to put down on the keyboard here. So this is fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so and then this is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, and fret 4. Each of the sections is called a fret. But let us take a look at this, the Gobble Gobble song. If you can't find it, just go to this Facebook group and you'll be able to find the music there. But our first chord we're going to take a look at is known as the C chord, everybody. So take a look at that. Your third finger is on string 4, fret number 3. So again, you have strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each of them has a name. So string 1 is the G string, string 2 is C, string 3 is E, string 4 is A. Okay, so each of them has a name. And as you can see here, your third finger is on fret 3, string 4. So let's try it, okay? So get our third finger, fret 3, string 4. Yeah, we're strumming. So strum is down, up. That is a strum. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. Then our next chord is a little harder. That is called the F chord. So again, your first finger is on string 3, fret 1. Second finger is on string 1, fret 2. So that's the F chord, okay? All right, so here we go. First finger, string 3, fret 1. Second finger, string 1, fret 2. Then our next one is called the D7 chord. So in the interest of time, I'm going to teach you what we call the simple D7. First finger, string 1, and second finger is on string 3 on fret 2. There's another more complicated D7. We'll do that next time. So again, first finger, string 1, second finger is on string 3. D7 simple. And then finally, this might be the most difficult one, we have the G7 chord, everybody. Okay, so let's find G7. So here we go. First finger, string 3, second is on string 2, and third is on string 4. So that forms what I call the triangle, everybody. Okay, so let's do the triangle. All right. So here we go. Let's play our song. It is called Gobble Gobble. Okay. So basically we strum it like this. We go D7, D7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come, gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come, my turkey walk, my turkey talk, my turkey steals my knife and fork. My turkey walk, my turkey talk, my turkey steals my knife and fork. My turkey eat, my turkey sleep, my turkey poke with his bright red beak. Ouch! My turkey eat, my turkey sleep, my turkey poke with his bright red beak. Ouch! Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come. Thanksgiving, yes, the pie is done. My turkey run when I tell him come. Thanksgiving, yes, the pie is done. My turkey run when I tell him come. My turkey run, my turkey fled. We decide eat pumpkin pie instead. My turkey run, my turkey fled. We decide eat pumpkin pie instead. Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come. Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come. One more time. Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come. Gobble, gobble. Come, little turkey, come. Here we go. D7, G7, C, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good job, everybody. You did it. So that again was the Gobble Gobble song. Now, it is time for our self-care talanoa, everybody. So again, talanoa means to talk story or chat about it. So we're going to do the topic of mentoring, okay? And then I've got a couple more songs to share with you. But again, it was good to have Wayne Manu as our guest today. And he is a Samoan who was a teacher, social studies teacher, as well as a football coach. And he also worked with the Chuukese community in the Micronesian Friends there in Oregon. So good to hear about them. Well, this is the time where we get nice and stretched out. So everybody just stretch out and do some breathing in through the stomach as I share the following. It says, when you're in a new or challenging season or situation, it's comforting to turn to someone who has been there and done that. They are called a mentor. A mentor is someone that takes you under their wings and guides you in both personal and professional situations. So I want you to think about someone that's been a mentor, a friend, that has shared their wisdom, their knowledge with you, shared their lessons with you, and what are some of the things that you've learned from that, everybody out there? Yep, I might have mentioned on this program, my father was a mentor to me in education, also in the work ethic. He taught us to work very hard, and he told us to ignore the naysayers, or in other words, those that said you couldn't do anything. He was very quiet, but again, he always, when he spoke, you definitely listened because he had a lot to share with us and to say that we needed to pay attention to. So Dad was definitely a mentor for me. So let me share this. This is one of his favorite songs. And this is the Coconut Song, everybody, which comes from the islands of Samoa. So here we go. This was by a group called the Five Stars and Samoan Fetu e Lima. Here we go. Coconut, 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 coconut. He say every morning when I wake up, I drink my coconut. Every evening before I sleep, I drink my coconut. Coconut, 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 coconut. He say my mama, she cooks rice with the coconut. My auntie, she cooks taro with the coconut. Coconut, 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 coconut. He say coconut, coconut. coconut, 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 coconut. All right, everybody, that is it. That is our song for today. Now, take a look in the chat here. We have Cal Hope. They have a live chat at calhope.org. You can also call their number 833-317-HOPE. And then finally, you can dial this number 415-609-2018 for the Pacific Islander Wellness Program. And if things are really looking really bad for you, call 988 if you want to harm yourself or others. That is the number to call. But these individuals are trained to listen to you and help you out in very difficult times, everybody. So remember those numbers. Yeah, that was very strange, everybody. The computer just kind of shut off there. But anyway, let us finish up this show. But we thank all of you again for joining with us. And let me see here. I just wanted to mention to you that next week we will not be here because we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. I'll be at the Torrance Turkey Trot. But hope that everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. And let me finish up with our final Aloha song. Yeah, that was very strange how it shut off there. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, here we go. Aloha from Hawaii. Adios from Guam, Mariana Islands. Aloha from the Kingdom of Tonga. Haere from the Cook Islands. Haere from New Zealand. Aotearoa. Yahweh from the Marshall Islands. Me'ikun from Palau. Mothe from Fiji. Nana from Tahiti. And Tofa from the islands of Samoa. Again, not sure what happened there at the end of the show, but it's good to see everybody. And we hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we will see you in 2 weeks after the Thanksgiving holiday. Take care. Aloha.